Today, the old bench tells another story. A story about how this country is tested, not only by disasters, but also by debates, egos, and the harsh reality faced by ordinary people. Part 1. The 10 billion donation controversy. On tonight's news, an unusual dispute unfolded. A member of parliament criticized content creators, people like Ferry Irwandi, who managed to raise more than 10 billion rupiah in just a short time to help victims of the disaster in Sumatra. The DPR member compared the efforts, saying, "The government works with trillions. Koinfo should publicize the state's achievements louder." As if, in the middle of collapsed homes and quiet grief, the most important thing was who looked more impressive on screen. Meanwhile, Ferry Irwandi, who distributed the aid directly in the mud and chaos, responded softly. He simply hoped he could do even more for the victims still struggling with hunger and cold nights. In this country, the voice of empathy is often softer than the voice of the stage. Part 2. President Prabowo's visit to Pakistan. Elsewhere, another story unfolds. President Prabowo Subianto embarked on his first state visit to Pakistan, a country that has shared diplomatic ties with Indonesia for 75 years. He was welcomed with full military honors, escorted by 6 fighter jets soaring beside his plane. In Islamabad, he was scheduled to meet President Asif Ali Zardari and Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif to strengthen cooperation and build new bridges of partnership. But behind the ceremonial splendor, back home, there are still people struggling just to find food and safe ground. Part 3. Aid shortages in Aceh Tamiang. In Aceh Tamiang, hundreds of residents lined up, not in an orderly distribution center, but in chaos and desperation. Aid was scarce, uneven, far from enough. Victims said government offices were also flooded, so help came slowly, if at all. Many could not return home. The mud was too thick, clinging to every doorway, like a reminder that recovery would not come soon. In places like this, we learn that hunger and loss do not wait for bureaucracy. Part 4. A village cut off in West Aceh. Farther away, in Sikundo village, West Aceh, people lived completely cut off from the world. The flash floods destroyed the only road in or out. To get basic necessities, villagers had to risk their lives, using tire tubes to cross a raging river or trekking through the jungle on dangerous, slippery paths. Authorities promised the road could be cleared in a week, but to a hungry stomach, a week feels like forever. The old bench sighs, because these stories are more than news. They are a portrait of a nation standing between good intentions and slow responses, between citizen-led action and state bureaucracy, between diplomatic celebrations and silent suffering in remote villages. Behind the roar of fighter jets and ceremonial music, there are quieter voices, cold, hungry, and nearly unheard. May this country learn that disaster does not wait for debates to finish, that people do not survive on comparisons of numbers, and that the most meaningful help is the help that truly arrives. The old bench closes today's story with a simple hope. May the stranded be reached, the forgotten remembered, and the silent finally heard.